ago, and since then, as you might have heard, we've fought them off. Parents, carers. Parents, carers, students, teachers, support staff, trade unions, politicians and the local community came together and gave a resounding no to the academy plan. We also seem to have mislaid Michael Gove along the way. And do you know what? Now I'm even more furious. I've said the spirit-crushing, market-driven nonsense that is the academy system square in the eyes, and it's an ugly and toothless beast. It gives nothing and it takes everything. It may have become the stuff of nightmares, and trust me, some of our campaigners had sleepless nights. But luckily it's based on a myth, an economic and educational myth. Behind that myth, the reality reveals the perfect environment for poor governance, cronyism, overinflated salaries for those at the top and crushed pay for those at the bottom. How is any of this desirable or necessary in the English education system? But there isn't any need to fear this beast. We can send the whole stinking pile back under the bed of the miserable neoliberal think tanker, and that is rhyming slang, who thought it up. But we do need to take action, and we need to get organised. My first advice everyone here can do, and probably most of you already do, which is to take up positions on governing bodies. Even if the schools in your area aren't talking about becoming academies, be on the board when or if they do. We found out that 3 parent governor posts have been left vacant at Hove Park. They just haven't bothered to hold elections. And the local authority forced the chair of the board to hold elections prior to the vote. 3 anti-academy candidates won the seats, which hugely affected the outcome of this campaign. My second advice might not be open to everyone, but at least one person in the room will be delighted to hear it. Vote Green. The only consistent and active support we had from a political party was from the Greens. Brighton and Hove, as Natalie said, is exceptional in having both a minority Green-led council and a Green MP. The council proposed a motion to say it is against academies in principle, and because Labour abstained, it was passed. Green and Labour councillors came together to secure the council-run parent ballot that the school had refused. It was a major coup for the campaign when parents voted 71% against, and it came just as Michael Gove resigned. Green MP Caroline Lucas helped collect signatures for our petition on the street, while the Green parliamentary candidate for the ward that the school's in turned out on every occasion from start to finish. By contrast, the Labour candidate, who is chair of the board at one of Brighton's 2 secondary academies and has just left the board of the other, sat firmly on the wrong side of the fence. He tried to maintain some bizarre high ground about letting the community decide. He refused to back the ballot. He refused to back parents when they sought a ballot, and again when they won the ballot. Most galling of all, though, was his inelegant attempt to piggyback on our victory. Ridiculously, I find myself saying, well, at least the Tory councillor stood up at the gate to make his points. So how did we win our campaign? Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to hand over the winning formula because every school and circumstance will be different. But maybe I can suggest some key ingredients. Networks were a vital element, and I have to thank Anti Academies Alliance and especially Alistair and Aidan for their unwavering support and unbeatable advice. Also, trade union branches across Brighton and Hove, and especially the NUT and Unison, who donated money to the campaign and crucially linked parents to the anti-academy staff within the school. The NUT went even further with a one-day strike in a school with no history of radical trade unionism and in a region where the NUT isn't particularly strong. The support for the teachers from the parents' campaign was critical in emboldening staff to take action, with some switching union the night before the strike. It's what you know and who you know. Find out which, if any, councillors support you, and more importantly, which governors support you. They made the decisions and have the final vote. Creativity played a huge role in our campaign. We made banners, wrote letters, press releases, designed posters, composed songs, tweeted, posted, marched, rallied, lobbied, laughed, performed, donated, banged wheelie bins, and in one place blew a bugle. Communities are rich with talent, and the campaign's job is to draw it out and then encourage people to get on with it. As every teacher knows, a little praise goes a long way. When people said it's a done deal, we said no, it's not. When people called us loudmouths, we got louder. When people said we were disrupting our children's education, we said, this is the education I want my children to have, where you learn to stand up to decisions made on high that affect your life. So networks, knowledge, creativity and bloody hard work. But your real strength is in sticking together. You can use all the arguments you want and look for the legal get-outs, but despite the spin, there never was a consultation at Hove Park. And the DFE will ensure that there isn't one at other schools. It was always a game of numbers, and in the final reckoning, there were more of us than there were of them, a lot more.